So, folks, this is something that happens every single day in the United States of America. But here's another example. Once again, this is published February 7th, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. So this is less than a day ago. 3 Salem police officers fired at man who fled traffic stop, killing him. Again, the amount of contempt that local media, especially because local media is mostly bought and paid for by giant media conglomerates, right? And there's less accountability. But also just media in general, the way that they talk about these things, just listen to this. 3 Salem police officers, quote, fired at man. So they fired at the man. Okay. Man who fled traffic stop. Last time I checked, not a death sentence. So the man fled the traffic stop. The 3 Salem police officers fired at them. And then, killing them. Now, they can write 3 Salem police officers shot and killed someone for attempting to flee. There's a lot of ways to write this and still be horrible. But, just the grammar level to this is just so ridiculous. It's just 3 Salem police officers fired. What does that mean, they fired? They killed him! Of course! What do you mean they fired at? They killed him. It was murder. The person's dead. A 40-year-old man after he fled a traffic stop early Monday morning, killing him, officials said. Officers Chad Treitschler, Griffin McDowell, Jonathan McNichols, and David Baker were involved in the confrontation. That's one hell of a word for it, confrontation, that left Richard Mayers dead. Salem police said Monday police did not specify which 3 officers fired at Mayers. McDowell attempted to pull Mayers over at 12:30 a.m. in Northeast Salem, but he drove away, officials said. Again, not a death sentence. Police did not say why McDowell initiated the traffic stop. I think that that's an extremely relevant point here. They killed him! Why did they pull him over? If it's something like, their headlight was out and then we killed him, that's going to look bad, right? Like, if this guy, we pulled him over because, we saw him dealing drugs at the playground and he had, a whole fucking, brick of meth just, sitting in the fucking back rear view window. And, we saw, we looked into the car and saw, 17 AK-47. Why did you pull this motherfucker over? What was the reason that you even instigated in the first place? Because if it's something like, your headlight wasn't on, or your tail light was a little, pulsy, wasn't working properly, and then they killed him for that? I mean, let's be honest. So again, it's very important that you recognize that the info is not, the lack of info says a lot here, okay? McDowell attempted to pull Mayers over at around 12:30 a.m. in Northeast Salem, but he drove away, officials said. Okay, what happened? Police did not say why McDowell initiated the traffic stop. Salem police said Mayers led officers on a chase to Northgate Park, where he drove his 1995 gold Mercedes into a field. I don't know why the car here is relevant. Police said a confrontation ensued, during which the 3 officers fired at Mayer. What confrontation? Now, again, if the guy, had, guns blazing, he had, a bazooka and, 16 nuclear bombs and 39 AK-47s and had, fucking drones with, missiles, that started flying in the air, and he engaged in, some epic warfare. Maybe he's, a fucking super soldier, he gets out and he's, 8 feet tall and he has, a machine gun for an arm, right? If this guy was shooting at them, my point here, they would say the guy shot at them. They would say Mayers exited the vehicle and shot at the officers. Okay, the fact that they're not saying that and they're just using vague language like a confrontation ensued. What does that mean? What does that mean? A confrontation ensued. There's no details. The officers were 30 feet back and then they got out with 17 attack dogs and a velociraptor and then planted and then threw some fucking grenades at the officer. No, what more than likely happened is they pulled them over, the officers went up to the car, and probably beat the fucking shit out of him, and ended up killing him. That's what probably happened, okay? Now again, if that's not what happened, They would probably have told us or released body camera footage by this point. Officers found an injured dog inside Mayer's car and took the animal to a veterinary clinic for medical treatment. Officials said, however, they said Mayer's family later decided to put the dog down. Police did not say what kind of injuries the dog has sustained. So were they actually just like driving really fast to get the dog to the hospital? Is that what that is? That's what this information tells me. Officers found an injured dog. Huh, okay, so they didn't want to deal with being pulled over because their dog was literally dying. Maybe they were fucking driving to the fucking vet. Or, right? Or the dog was in the car and the cops shot the dog. Again, we don't know how they shot the car. Was Mayer in the car? Was Mayers in the car? Was he fleeing the car? We don't know. All we know is a confrontation ensued. Now there's an injured dog and a dead man. That's all we know. We don't know where they are. Was the man shot in the car? Was the dog shot in the car? We don't know what's going on. All we know is there was a confrontation, and now there's a dead dog and a dead guy, and there's fucking 4 police officers that are going to get away with murder. Every day in this country,